Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Three Dumb Dads.
What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great night. As you can tell, there's four of us. Three Dumb Dads podcast. There's four of us tonight because we're doing something special. We are going to have our first guest. Seth, why don't you introduce him?
Sure. I'd be more than happy to. So welcome to my main man, Joe Calvarese. He is not only my former boss, but one of my very good friends living out in the lovely state of Delaware. And
that's a stretch.
Well, I mean,
there's no tax.
No tax. That's about all there is to.
I mean, it's really not as bad as Pennsylvania. We're a pretty messed up place. But
it's equal. Just not as green.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, thanks for having me.
Totally.
Appreciate it.
It's gonna be a fun night.
Also a dumb dad, so 4 dumb dads.
Just increase that number.
Let's go. We're multiplying.
Right.
It's electrifying.
They're getting stronger.
Did you just go to Greece?
I totally went to Greece.
Okay.
This was addition, not multiplication.
This was a great podcast, guys.
Yeah.
You know what, Evie? That's enough.
It's all downhill from here, right?
Awesome. So we're gonna get to know a little bit more about Joe. We're gonna do a brief conversation. Saturday marks 20 years since 9/11, so we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Then we're gonna kind of turn that around a little bit and talk about the NFL season, which is happening literally right now. We were talking about the game as we were getting started tonight. We're going to do some rapid fire questions with Joe that he has no idea what is coming, and it will just be off the cuff answers. And then some real estate. What the fuck does Seth have for us? We have no idea. It's just kind of like the Amazon reviews, but probably even better.
Yeah, I mean, I think if nothing else, it's going to be entertaining, especially if anybody's out there watching us or watching us on demand. It's going to be interesting because, I mean, as everybody knows, the real estate market is kind of insane right now. And thanks to lovely apps like Zillow and Trulia and all that stuff, we, can kind of walk through these houses from our computers without having to actually go see them. And so some of the shit that you see out there is just batshit crazy. And so we're going to make a little game out of it. So
I love a good shit show in the house.
Yeah, I agree.
So with that,
my fair share.
Joe, tell us a little bit about you, what you're doing, some of the stuff you have going on, and well, I guess first start with the children, the dad thing.
Yeah, man, I got one. I've got a kid going on 14, just started high school this year. So it's a terrifying time to say the least, but he's loving it. I'm just like going along with the ride because high school was a mess. I don't know. He started his freshman year this year, and I just remember walking into like freshman year, just seeing grown ass men like lurking around the halls. It's like, oh, these kids are in my school now, or men are in my school now, I should say. I went to an all boys high school too, and down here in Delaware, and they were big on the sports end, so they got a lot of kids coming in from Aston and Kennett Square and downstate Delaware, and some of the kids. It's funny, just some of the kids that we see now are just like they're babies, man. I guess it's because I'm older, but I don't remember kids being that young in high school. But
no, you're 100% right there.
Yeah,
I remember my freshman year, like you said, walking in and seeing like grown ass men. We were like terrified of senior week as a freshman.
Yeah.
Yep. It's yeah, I mean he loves it already. He's only a weekend, but yeah, just the one for me. As Seth said, I met him through work. We worked together for, I don't know, God knows how many years.
Long fucking time.
Yeah, and we went our separate ways, and now we came back together. So I don't know, 8-9 years now, something like that.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We've been all over the fucking place too. We've traveled a lot. We got some Well, I don't necessarily know if they're stories. I mean, funny
They're
shit.
war
Like,
stories, Seth. Tell them, call
yeah,
them what they are. We spent a week in Kansas.
we
It's a
did
war
spend a week
story.
in Kansas. It is as exciting as you would think. It's really not. Um, Went to some crazy ass places to eat. Spent a lot of time in Phoenix, Arizona together.
Yeah.
So good times. But yeah, you got something else going with the Dugout brand. You want to talk about that
Yeah.
at all?
Yeah, sure. So the shirt that Seth is wearing right now is actually one I designed. So beginning of the year, I started a clothing brand called the Dugout. I brought a couple items if you guys want to see them.
Of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
So like, I don't know. I've always been into like, if you guys can see this joint here, it's like kind of put it up on the screen a little bit. So I've been taking like vintage and a lot of band T-shirts, tour T-shirts, movie poster shirts, TV, sweatshirts, jackets, a whole bunch of stuff. So I go out, I source them, and then I tear them up and make them cool. So, I take the real basic stuff and kind of spice it up. So I've been doing it for like, I guess going on 9 months now. Just started really as a hobby. And I don't know, they've been selling like crazy. I think I got good at it. So
No, I think that's you definitely are good at your craft. I can tell you that. And
I'll show you guys an exclusive one I just put.
Uh-oh.
this is the one you just posted.
Yeah, the one I just posted.
Fucking fire.
So this is Picasso one.
Oh yeah, I saw
Oh,
that today. That was
dude.
sweet.
Yeah, it's got like this like concrete look to it, and put it all up in the camera like an idiot.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man. Yeah, hoodies. I got this like hoodie I can show you guys, like this cotton candy style hoodie. One side's orange, one side's pink. I don't know, man. I just fuck around with them, and some of them work out, some of them don't. And then
I say, Seth, I can totally see both of our wives wearing that hoodie.
100%.
All day.
I think. Listen, I just think from a business perspective, I think anybody has to kind of go through the trials and tribulations of figuring out what it is that they like, and I'm sure some stuff's going to turn out the way you want it to, and other times it's not, and just kind of is what it is. It's part growing and getting better at it. So
yeah.
I think it's fucking awesome.
I really started it to. We were saying before we worked together for a long time. I sit in front of the computer all day long, so I needed a something after work to not only make a little bit extra money, but just to get away from the screen. So being able to just go out, source out shirts, go to Goodwill and different thrift shops and scour through eBay and Facebook and, just hang out in my backyard and create some shit. So, yeah, it's going really well. We got
Nice. I saw that you and Voss are doing a shirt.
Yeah, we did. A friend of mine, his name is Mike Voss. He's a rapper from Philly, and he's been putting out projects all year. So he's got like 3 albums that came out a couple months apart, and we just did a whole line of his merch. So he's got Mike Voss T-shirts. We did 1-of-1 editions for all of them. So instead of just everybody having the same band shirt or same shirt for your artist, you get an individual shirt that's custom made for you. So it's a short run. I think there's like 24 shirts, but yeah, he's who is Mike Voss on Instagram. He's got his link in his bio if you want to check those out. But yeah, I do custom work. Done a whole bunch of custom work in addition to the stuff I find and put together. So it's a good time.
Awesome, man.
We're
happy to have you. Go ahead.
So what do you do with them? Like, are they like tie-dyed? Are they bleached? Like the one Seth has on, it looks like it. From my vantage point, it looks like it's sprayed with bleach or something, which is great. Yeah.
So everyone's different. So the one Seth has on, as he models it, and like this one that I showed you guys, the Scorpions one, they're bleach dyed. So like I'll bleach them, distress them. Usually the darker colors I'll do. But like I've got one that wasn't dark, so I did this and like tie-dyed it and bleached it.
That is sweet.
That's fucking cool as shit.
So basically you're the Macklemore song Thrift Shop, but like combined with like really good art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go in and I spend all day. Like I go out on Saturday morning or super early, I dig through Goodwill. I find shirts. I'll dig through certain shirts. I'll give you guys the secret. Marshalls. You get there early enough at Marshalls, you find some outstanding shit for super cheap. And then I take that and I tear it up and make it not as plain. Yeah. But yeah, to your point, I mean,
Nice.
bleach dye, tie dye, distressing. I've done some with fabric paint. I've done some jackets with paint, and I did a pair of jeans that were custom with paint. So yeah, a little bit of everything. I'm trying to find new stuff. I did a hat one time that I burned. It didn't go up in flames, but I got a picture of that on my Instagram as well. I think it might be up there. But just trying different stuff.
Nice.
And do a bunch more hoodie. Doing a bunch more hoodies for winter and stuff.
We'll make sure Seth throws that link in the bio for the Instagram in there.
Yep.
For sure, because that stuff's awesome.
Yeah, so if you throw that up, I put a promo code up for you guys. So anybody that watches this and wants to check it out, if you type in 3 Dumb Dads on my Etsy page, you get 15% off.
Check that out.
Nice.
There we go.
So it's all yours.
Now you save money by listening to us. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Look at that. Her first promo code.
I think that is. That would definitely be the first promo code.
I agree.
You guys will be getting Traeger grills in no time.
Yeah, I wish. I'd just be happy with a sticker. I don't need a fucking grill. Just give me a sticker.
We do Omaha steaks. That'd be a good one.
That'd be cool. Free food. Free food.
Do you guys have, not to derail on steaks and grills here?
It's okay. We always derail.
Do you guys have this thing in your area now with this $20 ribeyes for $35?
It was just over by the Harrisburg Mall. I drove by it every day, and it made me think this meat has to be terrible.
They've been sitting at the Christiana Mall here in Delaware with just a tent that's selling ribeyes out of the Nordstrom parking lot, and I'm like, I'm not eating that. It reminds me of Capital Meats. I don't know if you guys had Capital Meats by you too, but they used to ride around in a van with meat.
It was literally sitting right outside of Bass Pro for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and then they disappeared. And in a little red tent and a banner that they bought from Fast Signs, and I was like, nope, not going.
Parking lot meat.
50 cents per New York strip. Yeah, nope, not happening.
Yeah, I'm good.
So kind of transitioning to something a little bit more serious. Saturday will mark 20 years since kind of our generation's biggest thing to happen. Our 100%. Piece of history, something that all of our kids are going to end up learning about in a history book. 9/11, obviously, if you haven't figured it out yet. Kind of go around. I want to kind of round robin around this. I'll kind of go first where I was as everything happened and kind of what my day was, because I think for all of us, nobody forgets what was going on. I was a senior in high school. I remember walking from first period to second period, getting stopped by my teacher, and at the school at the time there was one like TV that had outside cable. And they recorded everything from that and then rebroadcast throughout the day, like 15-minute delay. But he showed me and one other guy, like, hey, this is what's going on. Literally while we were watching it, the second plane hit. And then we went into second period, third period, fourth. And I think we stopped in fifth. And like, that was when they decided to lock everything down. I happened to be in one of the only rooms that didn't have a TV in it, but luckily it was a computer lab. So we could, primitive CNN.com and everything else back in the early 2000s. It's not what it was today. You were trying to figure out what was going on. And the kind of weird thing for me personally, that entire rest of the day, I sat next to Leslie Ridge, who at the time, Tom Ridge, the governor of Pennsylvania, his daughter, who then went on to be the first Secretary of Homeland Security. But her and I were like sitting next to each other literally all day. And it became the conversation of like, how far does this go? Like, are we a target because she's here? Like, all of those things just kind of spiraled. So that was kind of my recollection of 9/11. I still remember what shirt and pair of pants I was wearing. It was that type of day. Somebody else want to?
Go ahead, Abby.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I can't believe it's 20 years.
I know.
like that part in and of itself is insane.
Yeah.
It's been that long. And I mean, obviously, we're still going to talk about it. But I mean, 20 years, like our parents would say, like, I can't believe it's been like over 50 years since like Kennedy got shot. You know what I mean? Like, but I was a sophomore. Same situation going from first period to second period. I remember walking through the halls and like there were these like smack offs in high school that are running through the halls like screaming, "We're being attacked. We're being attacked." And it's just, I mean, you just look at them like, you're an idiot. Like, it's just who you are. But same thing, like you said, Matt, you go into class and there it is on the TV and you're just like, holy shit, like what the hell is happening? Because our generation, I think we grew up in the time of nobody is going to fuck with us. After everything the US did like in history, nobody is going to dare try to pull another Pearl Harbor. And it happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember my soccer coach at the time, because we had a game that night, which obviously got canceled. And I remember his wife being in the New York area when it happened. And that guy, I've never seen him run faster. You know, even like on the soccer field, ran out of school, hopped in his car, peeled out of the parking lot, and drove to New York to get his wife. Like, imagine that drive from Pittsburgh to New York and not knowing what's going on, not knowing if you can get in contact with your wife. But I mean, it's crazy. 20 years, I still watch like documentaries on it.
Well, it's
nuts.
Kind of two things that kind of go with you there. I mean, one, I remember watching the first Gulf War on TV and like watching the bombs and everything else, like where it was like we were every night, my dad and I would sit down and let's see what the airstrikes are doing tonight because it's on TV. So we were showing that off. That I mean, there was nobody was gonna fuck with us, but also it's hard to imagine now because not long after that, the technology greatly improved and you know where everybody is at all times based on their cell phone. I mean, if you're on a family plan, a lot of people share their location so you can see exactly where they are. At that point, it was call me from a pay phone or from your office phone because there was no or very little in the way of cell phones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm sure everything went down.
Oh, yeah. New York would have had nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think just from my experience, I mean, like you guys were saying, I remember where I was, what I was doing. You know, I think a lot of us are, you know, we're going to have the tales of, oh, we were in school when it happened because it happened at 9:00 on the East Coast. I was in 8th grade. I was actually in second period algebra with my friend who actually passed away the following year. And we were, you know, just watching it all unfold. I remember somebody coming into the room and being like, you know, they came and got the teacher and told him what was going on. And then our teacher came back in and turned the TV on and, you know, we watched it all happen. And I don't necessarily know. I mean, maybe I'm just too young, but I don't necessarily remember anything prior to that in terms of like war discussions. The only time I've ever heard about wars and stuff like that was in history class. So I can't really say, you know, like, oh, I thought about the Gulf War or I thought about this. I didn't fucking have any exposure to it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just it was crazy event. So like when I was in high school, you know, up through, I don't know, 23, 24, I was a firefighter EMT, volunteered and got paid as an EMT too, but didn't pay shit. So nothing's changed. But anyway, you know, I was part of the fire company. And so like, you know, you not only worry about like everybody that's, you know, stuck up there, but all the people, all the first responders that are going in and, you know, putting their life on the line to try to help everybody. And I actually was trained by a couple of people who were part of Pennsylvania Task Force 1 that went up and helped with the recovery and stuff afterwards. So, you know, it's crazy to think about. It's crazy that it is 20 years. It's a sad fucking day. It's it's something, I listen, I think y'all know I listen to Rogan pretty regularly. And Joe, I think you're right there with me. You listen to Rogan a lot, and he had an interview. And if anybody gets a chance, that just open Spotify and look up. His name's Dakota Meyer. He wrote a book. He was in the Ganjgal Valley in Afghanistan, and was on Rogan's podcast talking about his book, and his story is fucking incredible. For any ladies that are out there, he was on that Teen Mom show or 16 and Pregnant show or some shit like that because his ex-girlfriend, who happened to be Sarah Palin's daughter, was on there as well. So, long story short, Dakota talked about how, I would never want to have another 9/11, but he'd give anything for a 9/12.
Yep.
A 9/12/2001, when everybody was together and it was for America. It was for nothing else other than we were all together. We were all, you wouldn't have found a mean person on the streets anywhere in the country after that happened. Flags were flying everywhere. Everybody was proud to be an American. And so just thinking back to all that shit that we went through, the current state of our country and world, all together, I really agree with that thought. I'd give anything for a 9/12, for us to have that type of unity back, and not just have this divided country that we live in right now, where everything is either black or white.
That was like you want to put it in that perspective. That's like the one day in the past 20 years that nothing mattered.
Right.
Like black, white, Democrat, Republican. I mean, you could go down the list, of everything that divides everybody. Didn't matter that day.
Yep. How about you, Joe?
Yep. I was in 7th grade. I was actually, so we would rotate teachers. So I was in the 8th grade teacher's language arts class, and she was actually born and raised in New York. So her entire family was up there, mostly in Queens, but some of them in Manhattan as well. Luckily, no one from her family was injured or killed, but I remember her because I think at that point I had never been in New York. I've been there, 100 times since then, but up until that point, New York was like a figment of my imagination. It's like the big apple, the big city, and to see her, kind of have to control 30 kids and get that organized while wondering, where her family was or what was going on with her home. That's what I distinctly remember. And to your point, Seth, about 9/12, is I distinctly remember, I don't know if it was 9/12 or a couple of days after, but like that first Yankees game that, that was insane. It was
just sports in general.
Like
And when Bush threw out the pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, to your point, I think I've seen a million documentaries on it, and it's just something, I think we're all fascinated with, especially, it's in the news currently because, we're on our way out of there, and or at least trying. So yeah, it's interesting. I had one of my best friends in high school went to West Point, spent, I think, 2 or 3 years in Afghanistan amongst other places. And, a couple times when he's come home, we've got up and he's just told me stories about what's out there. And luckily he's good. He's in more of like a logistics role, but kind of saw it all out while he was out there. But yeah, it's by far, I think all of us are too young to really remember, like Desert Storm or anything like that, or the first bombing of the World Trade. So that was the moment, that was the big one that kind of defined us. So
100%.
Yeah, that's where I was.
And just
crazy.
Kind of as we were talking, I think we all kind of, at least at some point, hit on a teacher, an adult, or somebody. Like, I can't imagine myself right now having to try to figure out what to say to my 4-year-old daughter as all of this is going on, or Seth, or even to try to figure out what to say to your kids that are a little bit more understanding, closer to the ages that we were at that point. Just because I think you just kind of figure it out. I had a weird tragedy hit at a summer camp that I worked at, and the brother of one of my kids died literally at camp. Like, it was crazy, and it was one of those, the guys that were in charge of our group couldn't say anything, so I just kind of stepped in. I literally wish somebody got it on video because I have no clue what I said, but afterwards everybody kept saying, like, where did that come from? I have no idea. I think that's just kind of what takes over in that instance, and that's what you saw from the teachers and everything else. It would just be crazy. I don't want to try to figure that out.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't even remember my teacher saying anything. I just remember looking at her.
Yep.
I don't think she said another teacher came in who was a little more, she was obviously distraught because of her connection to it, but it's just, I just remember her. And then I remember my grandfather coming to pick us up in his truck and taking us home, and we just sat there all day trying to figure things out. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. I watched this one documentary on the New York Fire Department, the FDNY, and it was started in January.
Two French brothers that were the documentarians.
No, so this one, maybe, I don't know.
Gideon and
Still Riding.
Oh, maybe that's not something different.
But the whole premise was they were following all the rescue companies.
Oh, okay. So
January of 2001, and it was going to be a year-long documentary. Well, unfortunately, they stopped filming in September because we'll say 90% of the guys that they filmed died.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, talk about like survivor's guilt for those guys. Literally everyone that was on duty in the rescue companies that day didn't make it out.
Nope.
Like, imagine the guys that went home at 7 a.m. because their 24-hour shift was over that day. You know, like, it's nuts, man. Like,
yeah, not only
it's one thing. Obviously, it's something that we'll never forget, but I think every year we really think more about it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
We try to process it more, if that makes sense.
Especially the more the more older that we get, trying to make sense of how fucking nuts that day was. I mean, just absolute insanity that, as a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old, you have no fucking clue how to really digest it. You just knew that something serious was going on.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, just follow me on this. Could you imagine if that did happen now? If it was 21 that it happened and not 01, the amount of live streaming, TikToks, the stuff that would, like, the content that would be there would be insane. Like they'd almost have to turn it off.
You'd have to shut the internet down.
They would literally have to shut the internet down. Like,
and we've seen other countries do that. Like, I think Egypt did that when they had mass riots and other issues going on, and we've seen other countries do that. But the amount of extra
it's
video
just too much.
Have.
I mean, there's a lot of extra video and stuff, but, like, I mean, and I say this as nicely as I possibly can, nobody really wants to see that shit. No. I was watching a documentary the other night about this same thing. It's on Netflix, and they were interviewing one of the firefighters that was one of the first there, and they were talking about when they walked into the building, and there were people coming out of the elevators that were in the elevator shafts whenever the plane hit that were dead. They're burned to a crisp. Could you imagine people videoing that shit? People don't. That's the problem with society nowadays, right? Instead of helping people, our automatic instinct is to pick up our phone and start videoing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of being a good human being and helping somebody in that situation, our first instinct is to video it. How many hits am I going to get on the internet for this? Now, I'm not saying that would be the case if something like this on this type of a scale happened.
I think it would. As bad as it sounds, I think it would. I think we're to that point in society where someone goes, I can make a buck off this on YouTube if I quick video it, post it.
And honestly, at the end of the day, most of that shit's going to get taken down anyway because it's going to violate some type of guidelines, or And again, like I said, nobody coming from somebody who's seen really fucked up shit. Trust me, you don't want to see it. I live with that shit every single fucking day of my life.
Yeah,
stuff that I've seen. It's not fun. None of it is. And while you're able to brush it off and kind of move past it because you're kind of trained to do that, I don't want to necessarily say you're trained to do that, because that's really not the case. You either can do it or you can't. You just have to kind of put everything that you're feeling to the wayside and just deal with whatever it is that you're dealing at that time, and then deal with it later. Matt, you changed something.
Yeah, I changed it to push to talk because I was picking up random stuff on my thing. So
anyway, all right. Well, let's wrap up this conversation because I'm sure we could all talk about this for 4 fucking days.
Yeah, this could be.
Yeah. I say, let's move on to something a little lighter, something a little more relevant for right now. The NFL season is upon us. It has already started. It is currently where to go?
14-14 now.
Oh, 14-14? Oh, okay. Well, that sucks.
What am I 5 minutes behind you guys? It's 14-7 here.
I was say I see 14-7.
I got
Dallas
14-7.
Oh, sorry, it's 14-7. Dallas recovered a fumble.
Oh,
I thought they ran it back. I thought they ran it back for a touchdown because they were in the end zone celebrating. But I guess that's just what everybody does now.
Yeah, that's the defense cam down on the end, so you can sit there and go and give them your little pose.
See, that's what needs to be shut down. That's the part of the internet that needs to be shut down.
Well, the NFL just endorses it.
Yep.
Well, okay. Let me play devil's advocate on this. The offensive players scores. They can do their little dance. They can do their little celebration. There's some rules around it, but overall, they're allowed.
I don't give a shit about them celebrating, but the
whole offense doesn't run to the camera.
Put it this way.
Okay.
All right. Listen, these guys are making
a unit.
Boatload of fucking money, right? All of them.
Unit.
You're making what, $800,000 if you make the team? If you suck.
Oh yeah.
I forget. I just sent you that thing the other day. What was it?
So that's their job, right? Imagine if you, in your job, Matt, let's say here, you're a perfect example. Because you're in customer service, finance. You do you get a finance deal. Somebody signs the dotted line. They hand them the keys. You do a fucking touchdown dance, right?
You should.
I mean, I do, but it's not where people can see me.
But that's what I'm saying. Imagine if you did that. Joe and I. What if we wrote a kick-ass SQL query and it worked the first fucking time, and then we stood up and did a little dance? I know it would be a little different because we're at home. We could probably do that.
Well, it would have to be. It would have to be the robot.
Yeah. Spike your fucking keyboard. It's your job.
Can we please start that?
The dancing?
That's like an old Chappelle. It sounds like a Chappelle show skit.
I want to hold out for more money.
Really mundane jobs. Yeah.
What if at the end of the year, I'm holding out for more money.
That's what I want to do. Yeah. Can you imagine walking to your job and saying, "Nope, I ain't coming in until you pay me more"?
Can they replace you?
They'll find a way.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they can, but it's going to be mediocre at best.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything else because this is out there available to everybody.
This is going to go downhill real quick.
Yeah. And another thing, you got to be really good to be irreplaceable. I look at Dennis Schroeder. Right? I don't know if you guys are NBA guys, but Dennis Schroeder turned down what, 80 million with the Lakers, 18 million for 5 years, 18 million a year for 5 years because he thought he deserved more and they didn't replace him. Now he went and signed for $3 million a year with another team. He got too full of himself. So if you're good enough, look, I'm spiking the keyboard regardless, just because I want to.
Yeah.
But I don't. A lot of people say it's too much, but there's something really hilarious to me about a guy in like week 4 when he has a sack for like a 3-yard loss, and he goes nuts. It's like, it's week 4, dude.
Or it's 48-0.
Yeah, this doesn't matter.
Like, bro, you're getting beat.
Well, even if you're winning 48-0 and you sack the guy, well, darn, you've done it all game.
Yeah. But I also think that it should go based on teams too, right? Like if you sacked the quarterback, Zach Wilson, from the Jets, no one gives a shit because it's the Jets.
That's expected.
It should be ranked.
But like, if you sack Tom Brady, celebrate.
You're getting a penalty.
True.
You should have a different reaction if you sack Brady than if you sack like Kirk Cousins. Like, there should be levels.
It's 14-14 here in a second, unless they miss the extra point. Just so you know.
Can we talk about the fact
who's the one
of
that's seeing
how
the future?
sweet it is?
Can
we talk like how great it is to see full stadiums?
I know.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking we were watching college football on Saturday.
Yes, that's where I was going with that. Yep.
It was the Penn State-Wisconsin game. And dude, 90-some thousand, 80-some thousand people, packed house.
Yes.
How awesome was it? Like, I know we got all this COVID shit going on. I know everybody's got their opinion
It's
on
nice
it.
to see.
Everybody's a doctor. Everybody's an epidemiologist. It's all over Facebook. I commented on my wife's cousin's Facebook page the other day. He had made a post about, getting a vaccine or some shit like that. And some of these anti-vaxxers were saying, like, fuck that, you're not going to tell me what to do. And we're running through all these things about the efficacy and all this shit about it. I'm like, damn, you're friends with a lot of doctors and epidemiologists. And like 12 people laughed at it, which isn't that many. But it's funny because everybody seems to think that they're just like, they know everything. You know who I listen to? I listen to my brother-in-law. You know why? Because he's a fucking doctor. That's why. That's it. I said, hey, do you think I should get vaccinated? He's like, yeah, I think you should. Okay, good enough for me. Why can't we just do that? Listen to the fucking doctors.
I thought we were talking about football.
Yeah. Packed stadiums.
Everything comes back to COVID in 2021.
Who saw, like, you're talking about packed stadiums, like it's great, people jumping around. Virginia Tech game. Packed stadium. Everyone in that stadium was singing Enter Sandman when that team walked in.
Dude, I watched that video.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Literally goosebumps.
Stadium rumbling. Dude, on that point, and we'll get back to football, but I was in a YouTube hole the other day and I watched the biggest stadium pops. Somebody put a compilation together. The Jose Batista bat flip, game 5. Jesus Christ! It's just like when he throws the bat 15 feet in the air. The camera on the top of the stadium's like bobbing up and down from the movement. It's insane.
It's great. And to think,
when you said that, I got goosebumps thinking about it.
And to think we went an entire year without hearing seeing anything like that. Yeah, a guy's gonna crush a home run, but it's into an empty stadium, and he's going to hit a cardboard cutout of
Mickey Mouse.
Someone.
Of Bryce Harper's dog, basically. Because that's what they put. They put like a bunch of dogs and shit in the stands.
Yeah.
We tried to do that for my father-in-law's dog. We tried to get his cardboard cutout, the dog itself, not him. But the Pirates weren't doing it. Go figure.
So let's go around.
Make some money they have to spend.
With football starting, Seth, kind of like how we did for the draft last week. Let's get some predictions.
All right. NFC. I can't bet against the Buccaneers, although Dallas is looking pretty good with Prescott. They just missed the extra point. It's 14-13. Fucking terrible. Tampa Bay. AFC. It's between the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Steelers. I'm going Bills.
I'd like to see the Bills.
They're fun to watch.
The Bills are fun to watch.
But overall, I wouldn't be shocked if Tampa Bay repeats because it's Tom Brady. And then I don't know, he'll be back for 10 more fucking years.
Well, that's what I
I'll
was
have
going to say.
grandkids. I'll have grandkids by the time this motherfucker retires.
If he repeats, does he retire?
Fuck no. Why would he?
Oh,
He's got more to prove.
How long's his contract?
He's going for both hands. He's going for both hands.
he said that he was talking to Julian Edelman and about being like the greatest ever. And he said, I'm not trying to beat out Montana, because I guess he thinks Montana is the greatest ever because Brady's from the Bay Area. Obviously, Montana played there. He said, I'm not trying to beat out Montana. I'm trying to beat out Jordan.
Man.
Like, what the hell type of mindset do you got to have? Like, clearly you're the best quarterback, best football player ever.
He's just trying to be the best athlete ever.
Yeah. Like, how do you just say, I'm going to be better than Michael Jordan?
He already is.
When is the next Manning going to be in the NFL?
When Tom Brady is in year 36.
When he's got 11 rings.
I thought there was one. I thought there was one in college.
I think there's in high school.
Is it high
I think
school?
they're in high school.
Doesn't he have a goofy name? Skippy? Or
Yeah.
something?
Probably.
It's the brother that didn't play that was apparently better
Cooper.
than
Oh, well, he ain't gonna be any good.
Well, apparently until Cooper's didn't he have like a brain injury or something? And before that he was
weird.
It was something that he wasn't allowed to play anymore, but he was apparently better than both Peyton and Eli.
I call bullshit on that.
Let's look it up.
Who knows?
No, it's true. I've seen it. They said he was the best Manning until I don't even know what happened to him.
Peyton
Some
throw a
sort
fucking
of
football
thing.
in his head.
He was a receiver.
Oh, he was a receiver. He wasn't a quarterback. Oh, that's why. Just have you seen Peyton's forehead? If his brother has a forehead like that, fucking ball bounced off of it.
Speaking of Peyton and heads, guy's got a large noggin.
All right, Abby, what's your pick?
So this guy's the kid's name is Arch,
That's
That's
right.
what it
It's
is.
Arch.
Archie.
Arch.
not Archie.
Just
Arch.
Arch. What, and
I said
is
Skippy.
he high school or college?
He is high school. He's the number 1 ranked quarterback in the 2023 class right now. So he's a sophomore.
He's got 2 years to fuck it up.
Or is he- yeah, sophomore.
Thanks for the encouraging words.
So wait a minute. So
No,
he's a sophomore.
He's a junior.
Is he a junior?
2020. Yeah,
Yes, he's a
2023. He's a junior. So wait, so he's a junior. So let's say he goes 4 years to college. So we're 6 years away from seeing this kid, right? Possibly in the NFL.
Tom Brady could still be playing.
Yeah, 100%.
Arch is the next one to beat Brady, and then Brady hands over the reins of the NFL to a Manning.
Nope, not gonna happen.
It's kind of like the White House. We just keep recycling the same families.
Yeah.
I know anybody.
See how good that's doing us.
And we
Like,
get back to being
This
political.
is what Peyton Manning's going to look like when he's older.
Who the fuck is
That's
that?
Cooper. That's Cooper.
That's Cooper.
Is that your insurance salesman? Who is that?
That's Cooper Manning. Cooper.
What's the kid look like?
I don't know, but check out the head. You can tell he's a man.
There's Arch.
Oh my
You see that?
God.
I know you could just
Yeah.
Google it yourself.
Yeah.
Guy's a stud. Look at him.
You know what?
Oh,
Who
ready to
cares?
go.
All right.
All
Abby,
right.
what's your prediction?
It is hard to go against the Bucs. I don't even know of anybody else in the NFC that could really compete. Packers, maybe, if they
You think
sign
Aaron-
Devontae.
You think Aaron Rodgers has a year, or is he way down?
I mean, I can't even say the Rams because Sean McVay's stepping away.
I honestly, I think that, well, Rodgers had an incredible year last year, right? And I just don't see him sustaining it again.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I'm gonna say I see
don't know. I would say
slightly
Bucs,
above
Bills.
average for Rodgers this year. Like, you're not going
Yeah.
to say he had a bad year, but I don't think you're going to say, "Oh my God, he's an MVP candidate."
Yeah.
I would say the
Bucs and Bills.
Yeah, I'd probably go Bucks Bills. It'd be a good
It would
It's a
be a
good
good Super
matchup.
Bowl.
I would say that the team that's going to have the most disappointing season is going to be New Orleans, but they've been disappointed so many times in the last couple of years that I guess are you at rock bottom yet? You keep making the playoffs and losing.
They're about to experience rock bottom.
Yeah, I'd say this and next year are probably rock bottom for them, depending on draft class and trades and stuff.
I think the only shining thing and the only redeeming thing about them is Alvin Kamara. That's it.
Yep.
It's just a matter if Jameis can get the ball to him.
Yeah.
Big shoes
Instead of the other team, you mean?
Exactly. Mine is gonna sound very similar. Although I think KC, I think the Chiefs are probably over the Bills in the AFC Championship.
Jesus.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the NFC East. Obviously, it's a division I pay attention to a little bit more. Dallas could have a breakout year. The Eagles could have a breakout year. Washington could have a breakout year. I mean, the Giants are going to be terrible. But any of those three teams could end up making the playoffs and make a run, depending on which team decides to show up.
Tom Brady just scored in 2 plays.
Love it.
It's magic.
He just threw a 38-yard touchdown to Antonio Brown.
Yeah, so they're saying AB is like back to his old self.
Well, dude, think about it. Mike Evans is the big guy, right? In Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Think about, I mean, just back when he was with the Steelers, right? Imagine what numbers he would have put up as the number 2 wide receiver.
Oh my God.
He's getting that now. Some even put him behind Godwin, which is outrageous.
AB's got 418 yards on 4 catches so far. Lightning.
I mean, and what's nuts? All 3 of them could get over 1,000 yards
easily.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just happy to see my quarterback 13 of 18 for 213 with 3 touchdowns, interception, whatever it happens. It's Tom Brady. But can you imagine him throwing 6 touchdowns in the first game and everybody questioning why I took him?
I just question why you took him when you did.
Yeah. And the defense.
And the defense thing.
Well, the defense isn't working out for me right now. So
good. I hope it doesn't. I hope Dallas scores 86 points.
Let's move on. And let's throw some random questions at Joe.
I hope you guys are prepared for this because I'm not.
I've thought about it while I laid on the couch today, so I'm semi-prepared. I'll throw the first one at you.
Okay.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I don't hate it. I don't order it, but I don't hate it. I'm Switzerland.
I like that answer.
Yeah. Like if it was there, let's put it this way: if there was 2 options of pizza, it's the longest answer to this question ever. There was 2 options. There was 2 options to pizza, and one wasn't that. I would go with the other. But if there was only one pizza, I would just eat that pizza.
All right. Follow-up question: anchovies or pineapple?
Pineapple.
100%.
I just proved your other answer wrong.
That dumbass slimy fish off my pizza.
Rapid fire. Come on, guys. You guys wanted this.
I threw
if
one.
You make it, I honestly didn't think that we were asking the question. I thought Seth was
Are
too.
you fucking kidding me?
That's what I thought you said.
I didn't say that shit. Y'all said rapid fire questions.
All right, here's one. When you make a grilled cheese, do you use butter or mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
That's a question?
But the answer is butter, but mayonnaise.
Try mayonnaise. You won't be.
I'll try it. Listen, I'll try it. It's strange. I'm gonna have to come back on another podcast and tell you how bad I hate it.
All right. I just had one pop in my head since you're a Delco Philly boy. Pats or Geno's?
Neither.
Attaboy.
Mm.
Both are.
Wawa or Sheets?
Oh, come on. That's not even a question.
Okay, it is a question. It is. It wasn't 5 years ago, right? We don't have Sheets around here. So when I would go to Harrisburg, I would see Sheets, and you see it as you travel west a little bit. But Wawa 5 years ago blows Sheets out of the water. Wawa now, I don't know what happened, but they tried to do way too much with their menu, and they're doing like burgers, pasta, all this shit that's not in their wheelhouse. So if you get the basics at Wawa, the turkey sandwich, the cheesesteak is trash. It's wet all the time. But I'd still go Wawa. I would still go Wawa just because I'm used to it. The only thing that's weird to me about Sheets is when you order something, it never ends. They're always like, do you want fries on your sandwich?
Oh,
Do you want cooking on your sandwich? Do you want mac and cheese on your sandwich? Are you sure? Are you fat? Are you this? Are you that? It's like we get it, man. You want to upsell me. Let it go.
They totally upsold me about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We stopped for breakfast sandwiches. Get the sandwich, order the sandwich, and it pops up. Do you want loaded tot breakfast things with bacon or something in them? I'm like, well, I didn't before, but now you know what? Those look kind of good. So sure.
Yeah. Exactly.
The next time my wife looked at it and said, nope.
I went to Harrisburg one morning because I used to, back when Seth and I worked together, I used to drive up there, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a month. And one morning I have to leave here. It's a hour, 45-minute drive for me, almost 2 hours sometimes. And so I would leave super early to get there, 8:30. And I blew a tire one morning in Gap, Pennsylvania, wherever that is, right before Lancaster.
Yep.
And I was in a rental car, so budget came out. It took me like 4 hours to get everything settled, get a new car, all this stuff. So I got to Harrisburg like 10:30, and I chose every option they gave me. I was so frustrated. I was like, yes, I want the cheese whiz. Yes, I want this. Yes, I want that. Extra fries, 2 cookies. Let's load it up. I'm rage eating at this point. But
Anybody got another
That's
one?
great.
Matt?
Best movie of all time.
oh God, that's a tough one. Of all time?
God, I couldn't even answer this.
Yes.
I'll tell you, okay, I could probably answer a movie that I can watch whenever it's on is The Truman Show. I love that movie.
Good one.
I can't answer best because it depends on my mood. Depends on you know, I think I've watched The Truman Show 9,000 times. Any old Adam Sandler I'll watch whenever it's on. Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Little Nicky, Wedding Singer, all that. I'm a comedy. I like comedy. I'm not into.
Sometimes
It's probably going to be sacrilegious, but I've never really gotten into Marvel stuff. It's not for me.
All right.
sometimes I feel like we're living the Truman Show.
That's what I do. Whenever something asks me if they can have my location, I'm like, you're not getting me, man. You're good.
Mhm.
I've seen this movie.
I think that
1,000 times.
literally all the time.
Yeah.
Abby, any more?
Disney Channel or Nickelodeon?
God, that's the best question yet. Nickelodeon shows over Disney Channel shows. Disney Channel movies blow it out of the water for me. The old ones, Smart House, Brink, Luck of the Irish. Remember all those?
Yep.
Incredible.
The only movie
Terrible, incredible movies.
the only movie that holds a candle to any of those was Nickelodeon was Good Burger.
Yeah. Good
That's
Burger
it.
was great.
That was
But
it.
they had
But
Disney
that was
Channel has-
basically just blown out the show. Like they took the show, they took the skit, and just made a show or a movie out of it.
Right.
the Mondo Burger. What a weird concept. But yeah, Nickelodeon shows. Me and my brother used to play Doug. So here's how dumb we were as kids. We were so bored we used to like reenact shows and Doug. I would be Skeeter, he would be Doug. We would get down the street, would be Chalky.
Banging
That's
on a
great.
trash can.
Exactly. Shout out to the Beats.
All right. Any more?
What do you got, Seth?
I'm just looking through a bunch of would you rather shit.
All right, throw them at me.
Would you rather always hit a red light every time you come into a red light for the rest of your life, or always get slow internet when the sun goes down?
always get slow internet when the sun goes down.
Facts.
Yeah.
I can find something else to do with my evenings.
Exactly.
This makes gaming kind of suck, though.
Well, I ain't hitting every red light. I can tell you that.
Yeah, talk to me after I can't stream. Fall into a YouTube hole my first night, then I might change my mind.
Would you rather speak to animals or know other people's thoughts?
No other people's thoughts.
I'd rather speak to animals all day.
You do speak to animals. You talk to your dog.
Yeah, but if the dog can talk back to me and tell me what you said, I have spies everywhere.
Yeah, that could be. They could. I guess I would still go with thoughts, just because I would be real upset if I picked speak to animals and they didn't have anything interesting to say. If they were just us, they were just like, "Oh yeah, it's going to rain today." It's like, no shit. Should have looked the weather up. I wasted my superpower on this guy.
So I'm just going to throw it out there because I know you're a huge rap and hip hop fan. Greatest of all time.
It's tough.
Your personal greatest of all time.
My personal, it changes, but I would say most consistent for the longest period of time, Jay-Z.
Can dig it.
My favorite just changes. I like most of the new guys. Yeah, I like most of the new guys. I like I like Nas, I like Jay-Z, I like Jadakiss, I love Kendrick, Drake, Kanye. Kanye's probably my favorite all-around artist, just for his catalog, but the guy's fucking out there, man. So I would say most consistent. Yeah, I would say most consistent over the longest period of time, Jay-Z.
All right.
I have a fun would you rather.
Okay.
Every night for the rest of your life, Jonas Brothers concert, or you have to watch the movie The Notebook.
Jonas Brothers.
Every night?
Every night?
Every night.
Am I watching The Notebook at home or in a theater?
Let's say a theater, but it's a packed theater. The whole theater's packed, different people, but packed every night.
I'll probably go Notebook. I'm just thinking all these qualifiers, right? Jonas Brothers is going to be loud.
Loud as fuck.
I'm going to have to get out of there. It's going to take 2 hours to get out of there. Can I leave after the first song? There's too many qualifiers here. I don't know one Jonas Brothers song, so it would just be noise to me. But
it'd be a lot of fucking noise.
I'm still going Notebook. The seats are more comfortable.
Okay.
And you can fall asleep.
Yeah.
You ain't falling asleep with all that noise. Not at a stadium show.
You can put headphones on.
Good.
Still loud. I could sleep in a movie theater. I could sleep on a rock.
And they've got pretzel nuggets.
So. They do. Yeah, what if it's hot outside? What if it rains?
The concert's canceled.
No, it's not. You stand on the beach in the sand in the water. It's no big deal.
Oh yeah, stand in the water when it's raining and there's lightning.
Yeah.
We didn't say
maybe your wish will be granted and you'll be fucking killed and then you won't have to watch them anymore.
Here's a callback. That's electrifying. There's a callback to the beginning of the podcast.
Right? All right, we ready for some real estate what the fucks?
I am ready. You just let me know when you are ready. Oh my God, there's a PowerPoint presentation involved. All right. Let's flip it.
Can everybody see my screen? Everybody can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me
watch work flashbacks, man. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm a little
Everybody
scared.
good?
I'm a little scared right now.
Abby, you good? You can see?
It looks like I'm staring into the galaxy.
Right. All right. So here's how this is going to work. Like I said earlier, everybody knows Truly a Zillow. There's billions of houses out there. I know the market in this area is fucking wild. Houses are selling left and right. Offers are going crazy. It's unbelievable some of these houses that people are buying without having them inspected. A lot of our houses fall into that category. Why the fuck would you buy this? What the fuck, right? So I'm gonna give you a little brief introduction to the house. You'll get how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how many square feet, and then if I have any other, tidbits about the house, I'll show them to you. Then you're going to get to see some of the pictures of the house. And then you're going to get to see the what the fuck pictures of the house. At the end of me showing you those things, each of you are going to have the opportunity to guess where this house is located and how much you think the house is listed for. Okay?
So
good?
basically, we're
Jeopardy.
doing a three dumb dad estimate on it instead of a zestimate from Zillow.
There you go. Without further ado, the Three Dumb Dads proudly present Real Estate What the Fucks.
This is a hell of a PowerPoint. There's transitions.
You had to go in and do all the transitions, didn't you?
Yeah, but I'm a nerd, so like this shit takes me like 5 minutes.
I love it.
All right, house number 1. It features 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and measures just over 10,000 square feet of living space, which to me is anxiety-driven. Why the fuck do you need that much room? Okay.
A lot of space.
This is an incredible. This is all from the description from Zillow or Trulia, wherever I pulled it from. So
Oh, I thought you wrote this yourself.
I did not write this. I mean, if I did, I should be a realtor. This incredible multi-generational estate is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a 10-acre piece of history. And a fun fact for you, this house has a 1-mile-long driveway.
Imagine shoveling that.
This
Nice
is our
looking
house.
It's a nice looking house.
This is home. This is house number 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Can't hear Matt. He's trying to talk, but we can't hear him.
There, is that better?
Now we can.
All right.
It's a very nice looking
Nope.
home.
A little
I
outdated.
like
Little
that
outdated.
pool room though.
It's
Like
a
the little
very
billiards room.
refined old. Okay, nice
Yeah.
kitchen. It's like a nice little
Kitchen
kitchen.
just needs painted.
Giving me the Shining vibes a little bit.
Little bit. All right. So not terrible, right?
It's Colonel Mustard in the billiard room.
With the knife. What the fuck?
Is that a mural on the ceiling?
Okay.
Okay, that my daughter would love that bedroom.
What's with the random Batman though?
I don't know the Batman.
Okay, I'm not gonna
Hanging
lie.
from
Is
the
that-
staircase?
Is
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
Rapunzel?
I'm not
gonna
sure.
lie.
It's too
Kinda
small
like
on
this
my
house.
screen because I can't make it bigger.
That's what she said.
What's on the wall of the bathroom? Are those like
Are they locked?
going into the
those
wall?
are-
It
yeah,
almost
they-
looks like it looks like it's an arched ceiling that they did like a Sistine Chapel.
No,
like-
the
The pool
like Joe
lockers.
said what?
Oh, these?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's just storage. I don't fucking know.
It's a
I just
closet.
took the pictures off the internet.
It's a closet.
Look
I
how
can put you in
narrow-
contact with the realtor. This house is still listed.
All right, let's here we go.
But do we
All
know
right.
where this house is? Oh, okay.
So I want you guys to tell me, and I'm just going to go straight down the way I'm looking at it on my screen. So Joe, don't get offended. Hannaford, location and price.
I'm gonna say this house is located in Greenville, North Carolina, with a listing price of $837,000.
Okay, Abby.
We're gonna say Nevada
Okay.
or 3.2 million.
What about that?
Joe?
Looks like Nevada.
We're gonna go with Virginia
Okay.
for 1.25 million.
Ladies and gentlemen, this house is actually located in my least favorite state, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
And the list price, $2.95 million. $2.95 million.
Here's
Bro,
the
I
problem
mean-
with these over personalized houses. It's like, unless you want the Batman Buzz Lightyear room, you're gonna have to gut it, and you're already
Yep.
2.9 in.
What about the tree?
Hold on. If you're spending
Cut it down.
2.9 on the house, what's the paint gonna cost you? About $400
$400
to paint
for
that room?
10,000 square feet.
No, to paint that room. The rest of the house wasn't bad. Just got to paint the Buzz Lightyear room.
Did you see the bathroom?
Well, that needs gutted.
If you're buying that house, you're hiring somebody to paint.
Did you see the room with the tree?
I like the room with the tree. Not bad.
That was character.
Can we go back a couple slides?
Oh, this looks fun.
I think we all missed a critical element that's a real what the fuck in this house.
The 1 mile driveway?
No, the toilet in the bathroom.
Oh, it was in like a cave.
Oh, yeah.
And why is there no door?
I wanted to like check. I wanted to make sure I wasn't seeing things. It's in the Holland Tunnel. That's no light. Nothing.
You just stand like that. If you really have to go, you can put your hands up on the wall and. Why is there no door? Like, it's a very large bathroom to not have a door on the toilet.
Look at the big step you gotta get. Like you gotta make to get into the tub.
I think that.
Oh, if you fall, you're fucked.
Yeah. What if you bash your fucking foot on that? That tile's gonna hurt.
You think in the lower left corner that's a sink, or is that like a bath?
I think that's a sink.
I would think it's a sink because this is a tub shower combo.
Oh, I thought that was like a step up shower, but that would make more sense as a tub shower combo.
Yeah.
This is
all right.
House sucks.
I agree.
Moving on.
House number 2.
Eureka's Castle.
5 bedrooms.
Another callback. 6
bathrooms and 7,844 square feet of living space. It has a one-of-a-kind, quote unquote, royal palace, which has been dubbed the Castle on Pleasant Hill.
Okay.
Isn't there a Pleasant Hill near us?
I don't know, maybe.
There's Pleasant Hills out here.
The house sits on 2 acres of land.
Okay.
This whole house is what the fuck. Just so you know.
There's no normal pictures.
The lions.
Oh, it's a lion.
Please tell me this has a moat.
I was going to say, if it doesn't have a moat, it's not cool.
There's gargoyles.
Okay.
There we go.
Suit of armor.
Oh. This
So
is Bam Margera's house.
They went all in. Is that a
Little
guillotine?
drawbridge.
Wow.
Oh, drawbridge.
It's
Okay.
a drawbridge.
A drawbridge. What goes under it?
I'm not sure.
The first
Look
floor.
at this back.
Actually, it probably is the first floor because it's probably the top of that top right picture.
Look at this bathroom.
I kind of dig the bathroom.
I kind of like the bathroom tub thing.
It's where the servants bathe you.
I guess.
Like Coming to America.
And this looks looks like where all the death happens.
Yeah, I'm not going to the death dungeon. That's getting torn down.
We had a room like that in our house in college. Huh, Matt?
Yes, we did.
All right. Location, listing price, Hannaford.
I'm gonna say this one. I'm gonna say Connecticut.
Okay.
With a listing price of $4.7 million.
Okay. Heavy.
I was thinking upstate New York.
Okay.
I was also thinking in the 4s, so we're going to say 4.3.
Okay. Joe?
Michigan. 3.6.
This house is actually located in Kissimmee, Florida.
Really?
Really?
And it's listed for $1.05.
They're giving it away.
Wait. It looked like the tree in the front yard didn't have any leaves on it.
It's coming. It's the odor from the death room. It's killing all the trees.
This is a pain in the ass, by the way.
Can't you just hit the left arrow?
I guess they have leaves.
Yeah.
It just looks like fall.
All right. Our next house is a quote-unquote beautiful waterfront home being sold turnkey. 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and 2,680 square feet of living space. This house features a quote-unquote fantastic recreation room complete with a dry bar and pool table. Waterfront. A little place
canal?
Say, where does the water go?
Place for your boat. It goes onto a lake.
Okay.
Recreation room with a pool table.
This house is not terrible. I'm
Nice little
not
kitchen.
mad at it so far.
That looks nice from the inside.
All right,
So far,
pretty good. Not too
where's the
bad.
what the fuck stuff?
It's coming. Just hold on there, fella.
I'm excited by this segment. I like it. What the?
So, still really not sure what this is. I know that those are seats like you sit in whenever you're all like offshore fishing, and reeling in a fish.
Maybe that's their outside bar.
All right, there's
that
your
a
what
bu-
the fuck.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Is it a bar that they flattened the front of the boat so that you could like sit around it and put your beer on it while you're playing pool?
Oh,
If they did, I kind of like it.
it doesn't look flat.
I'd have to see it in person, but I don't hate it. Although it's behind the pool table, so I think it's a bar. I don't hate it. It's quirky, requires the right buyer.
All right, Hannaford,
Location.
what do we got?
So, based on what I saw, I'm gonna say this one is Georgia. Nah, is it Georgia? Yeah, I'm gonna say Georgia, with a listing price of $796.
Okay, Abby.
Minnesota. Land of 10,000 lakes. $895.
Okay, Joe.
South Carolina. 1.5.
This house is actually located in Virginia.
That's close. It's only
And it's
two
listed
states
for
up.
$549,000.
Wow.
My favorite house so far.
I was gonna say I don't hate that house.
I agree.
All right. This is actually from the listing right here. Exquisite, one-of-a-kind estate designed for showcasing the unique architecture, quality construction, and intricate details with almost 12,000 square foot, 11 acres in River Trace development fronting the Wuscohan Players Golf Club. Why the fuck is all of that in caps?
He's screaming at
They're
They're
you.
yelling
very
at
angry.
Anyway, it's got 3 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, and 11,650 square feet. And yes, out of that 11,650 square feet, they could only afford to put 3 fucking bedrooms in it.
Hold on, you didn't read the bottom part of the non-capitalized stuff. I want to hear you say some of those words.
The curved driveway leads to the dramatic portico.
Exactly. That's what I wanted.
Hey, Kosher.
Cockier? Cockier? Cockier. Cockier. It's cockier.
Yep.
You can.
No idea.
I was gonna say something really terrible.
It's
You
okay.
can
You're
mouse
allowed. We're an adult podcast.
It's the port your cock here.
Port your cockier.
There you
That's a good
go.
one.
That sounds fantastic.
So you can see it's got a nice pool. Nice
If you
little
only,
deck.
if you only have 3 bedrooms, what the hell is everything else?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just space.
3 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, like
Very green.
a little old school movie theater.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean it's a nice driveway.
Huh?
Huh? Is it a ramp?
Hi.
Does it go up and down? I'm
No,
very
this is
curious.
stairs. But look at the
World
animals.
of dangerous
Oh.
staircase.
How do you get those up there?
Oh, right, a prison
Stainless
toilet.
steel?
I say it's a. Are we in
That's good.
prison? What is that? What is over there?
Is that a sauna and a hot tub and the same thing?
Or a really
those
big
rocks?
sink?
Yeah,
Why?
that's
Are,
some type of
oh,
that's some type of sacrificial tub.
there's no. Huh?
Where are the sinks?
I don't know. Why is the toilet floating?
There's water. There's a
I know,
fucking
but
spigot.
but the toilet's floating over on the other side of the room.
Well, I've seen those, but like, where the fuck is the sink?
Is it one of the? No, it's just a table. Yeah,
There's
I thought
nothing
it was
there.
one of those sinks, the sinks that like run down.
Yeah, no.
I'm
it's not.
focused on the. I'm focused on the literal bloodbath. That's what we're calling this, the bloodbath.
Okay.
They don't need sinks. They don't need sinks because that's where they wash off the blood. in the stone tub. And this bedroom is completely out of place.
Yeah.
Not to mention the prison toilet, but
And there's only 2 more left.
that's it.
A nice looking bedroom. Lots of space.
It looks like my grandmother's bedroom. Like it's just there. It's a nice bedspread.
Bland.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Can't call it. It looks like that. You have to call it a bedspread. You can't call it a blanket.
All right. Hannaford.
Minnesota. And it's 1.3.
Okay.
Abby, you look disappointed I said Minnesota.
Washington.
Okay.
It's a nice choice. It's green up there.
2 million.
Joe.
I'm gonna go Michigan. 1.8.
It is Michigan.
Damn, I nailed it.
We finally got one right.
Got one.
1.89 million.
Wow.
Joe wins.
And I can tell you 100% he did not see any of this beforehand. Nobody saw any of this.
Obviously.
Holy shit. I should be a realtor.
Yeah, that's it.
Great.
In Michigan. In fucking West Olive, Michigan.
No, I'm good. I'll just stay here.
You know the market well.
Apparently.
All right. Our last one. 5-bedroom,
All right.
4-bathroom masterpiece with 4,962 square feet of living space. This house is tails above the rest.
No.
Heads and
Feels
tails.
like an old church.
Sonic and tails.
This is the inside.
That
Matt, I think
doorbell.
you have one of these on your fucking wall.
I do. I think I have that same clock. Actually, I think that's just a doorbell.
Clock.
I
Check out
do.
the time.
Abby, I'm sending you a picture after the show.
You ready?
What?
It looks like.
It's like Doc-
Is that
Dr.
like
Seuss.
a? Hold on. Is that like a treehouse?
Looks like
I think so.
part of like a mini golf course. Why? Why?
All right, that room is hideous.
Hold on. With a little love, that room could be nice. There's a lot of space.
Could be.
That looks
have
like a
a
church.
casino- It looks like an old casino and a church.
So, just so you guys are aware,
Old casino, church, and nursery rhymes.
this right here,
Yeah.
it fucking spins.
Yes.
I need this house.
It is a motorized.
All right,
Whatever the
listeners,
fuck you call
we're
it.
going to start a GoFundMe to buy the Tails house.
This is going to be the Three Dumb Dads
Oh my God.
podcast there.
Imagine sitting up here podcasting and just fucking spinning in circles.
Look at Marilyn Monroe's first dressing room. All that there. It's
Oh my
weird.
God.
Where the hell do I think this is?
All right.
Whoville.
You know what? Jersey.
That's probably a good guess.
Jersey?
How much?
I feel like this one's going to be fucking stupid. And it's going to be like 6.9 million.
Good. Abby?
Canada.
It's only in the United States.
Damn.
Sorry.
Um.
I didn't go to Canadian Zillow, but I can.
That's the next podcast.
Vermont.
Okay.
For 5-1.
One. Wisconsin.
Okay.
3 flat.
We're going back to Michigan.
Damn.
Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw.
And the listing
Saginaw Valley
price,
State.
$539,000.
Hey, listeners, let's go. $539,900. Let's buy a Three Dumb Dads podcast layer in Michigan.
None of our kids need to go to college, right? We can just skip that part. We can just buy the Saginaw mansion.
Fairly, I mean, yeah, I'm good.
I'm good with that.
They'll learn.
All right.
They'll get jobs.
It was good.
That is it.
Well, that was
It's a
fun.
fantastic presentation.
I enjoyed
Thank you.
the quality
Appreciate
of the PowerPoint.
Can you send out the deck to the group, please?
I will gladly send this out to the everybody that's on this meeting invite.
Is there a way,
And,
is there a way
we'll
to
follow
put
up
that,
with
is,
notes.
is there a way to put that in the
Perfect.
in the description
All right, boys.
of the podcast?
Well, Matt, are you talking?
Can you put that in the description of the podcast?
What, the link to the PowerPoint?
Google Drive it.
Yeah, I can Google Drive it and
Let's
then
go.
put it in the description of the podcast if anybody wants to look through it. Before we wrap up, I just want to again thank Joe for joining us, taking out some time of his
Yes.
evening. I think we had a great time. First guest, everything went pretty smoothly. And yeah, anything else that you want to add, Matt, Evie, Joe?
No, I just want to say thanks,
Another good
guys. This was awesome. I obviously been watching you guys when Seth told me about it, and now I know all about Discord, and yeah, it went pretty smooth.
Yeah, we'll have you on again for sure.
For sure.
Yeah,
we,
sure.
will,
Yeah, definitely.
we will definitely do more
Oh,
guests
yeah.
now that I have this all set up, and you know, I kind of like having a guest on. So, all right. Unless anybody else has anything for the good of the order, we'll see everybody in 2 weeks.
Sound good.
We'll see you on September 23rd. Have a great rest of the night.
Peace.
All right, dude.